making decisions. So in this chapter we are going to make some awesome decision using some conditional statement. If we talk about Excel and forget VBA for some time, then there are some function which allows you to make decision in Excel, that is if, and, or, not, if error, and so many. So if we talk about VBA, then maybe least function are there, but they are as simple as Excel. The working is same as Excel. So these statement are if then else, and, or, not, select case. So there are other also, but I'm going to cover these statements. So let's begin. Here's my Excel and here's my VB. So let's try. We are going to try if function first. So income, my income is $5,000 and my expenses is $2,000. So what is my profit? Oops. If we talk about simple profit, then income $5 minus $2, $3. Okay, 3k bucks. Then okay, so let's try to put 7,000 here. Okay, now my profit is negative, so I want profit should not be here, loss word should be here. So whenever will be the profit in the statement, then profit should be mentioned here, and whenever the loss will be here, then the loss should mention in the A3. So what I'm going to do, I am using the if function. If, so if is the conditional formula which allow you to make decision through Excel. So what is the logical test? If my income is greater than or equal to my expenses, then what do you want? What do you want? If the income will greater than your expenses, then I want profit. Okay, then if my expenses will greater than my income, then what do you want? I want the loss. So I want the profit if the value is true, or I want the loss if the value is false. So and enter. Now the answer is loss. Try to put 4,500. So my answer is profit. It's working properly. But in the case of loss, it is showing the negative value. I want the positive value again. So we can put a function here also. So try if what I'm going to do, if my in case of profit, I will put formula like this: income minus expenses, or in case of loss, I will put formula this: expenses minus income. So I will put this formula in if function. So try if. So what is my logical test? Again the same. If my income is greater than or equal to my expenses, then what do you want? Whether it will be profit or loss. If the income will greater than expenses, then it will be a profit. So what should you do? Income minus expenses, income minus expenses, comma. Otherwise, what do you want? Expenses minus income. So expenses minus income, close parentheses, then enter. Okay, so let's try to 4,500 now. profit and 500. Now it is working properly. In case of profit, the formula is income minus expenses, or in case of loss, the formula is loss expenses minus income. So this is the if function if we talk about Excel. So let's move on to VBA. Before proceeding VBA, let's open our book. So we have three statements. First, if or then. Then the second statement is if then else. The third one is if then else if. So if we talk about if then, this is if simple if statement without false condition. So if we talk about if, so if and then statement, this is the if and then statement. And if we talk about if then or else statement, then whole if is the if then else statement. So let me try to teach you what is the if then statement. Go to VBA. I will do this. I will do the same thing through the VBA. So delete this, delete. Okay. So I want profit here and positive figure here. Basically the formula will be again same, income minus expenses in case of profit, or expenses minus income in case of loss. So try to put, so again try with sub if then statement, open parentheses, close parentheses. Okay, so let's define some variable now. Income equal to range b2 dot value. Then I'm going to cheat, copy, paste, expenses, then b, here it should be b1, then b2. Now press enter, try to run your code, F8. Now my income is 4,000 and my expenses is 4,500. So my variable is working properly. You can try dim statement also. So try dim income as integer, comma, expenses as integer. Yeah. Now, so you can define two variable through a single statement like this. Put your comma without writing dim again. So what do you want in A3? So if, now we are going to write if then statement. If income is greater than or equal to expenses, then what do you want? I want range A3. A3 is here, so A3, close immediate window, A3. Oops, you have to put A3 in double quotes. A3 double quotes value equal to, what do you want? If your income will greater than your expenses, then what do you want in A3? Profit. Please try to use double quote, otherwise it will be as treated as variable. So enter. Now run your code. F5. Oops, you forgot to end your end if. Okay, so now my if is end. Whenever you are starting your if, then you have to end your if with end if, and don't forget the indenting to, so now it is looking pretty beautiful. So run this code, run. Why it is blank here? Because my income is not greater than my expenses. Now try to put 5,000 bucks here. Now run your code, run. So if then statement, uh, statement which allows you to run only the true statement, it does not have the false statement. So let's try the second one, which is if then else statement. So what do you want in case of loss? I want loss, it should be written over here. Okay, so go to VBA and enter else. In case of else, what do you want? Then the range 3 value should be what? The loss. Now try to run this code, run profit here because my income is greater than my expenses, or delete this. Oops, delete this, then put 4,000. Now run this code, run. Now you can see my answer is the same. So what about B3? Let's put, so again we are writing if we can mention two ifs or alternative. Let me try second if first. If income is greater than or equal to expenses, then what do you want? Again I'm cheating this time. Copy, paste, don't forget indenting. Yeah, so I want, in case of profit, what do you want? Income minus expenses, in, or the cell is B3, so cell is B3. B3, what do you want? Income minus expenses. Okay, and here what do you want? Expenses minus income. So now, oops, it, okay, so now delete this and run your code, run, run. Oops, you have done a mistake. Ah, yeah, here's the mistake, B3. Now run. Answer is perfect. Try positive here, 7,000. Then try to run. So we have used two ifs. Now let's try to put single if, delete. So you can put single if like this. Copy this, copy, paste here, because if the income will greater than expenses, then one condition and two results. So results would be income minus expenses, then B3, or copy it, enter, paste, expenses minus income. Okay, now uh, run this code, run. Answer is same, delete. Now run your code. So the answer is same. So this is the if then else statement. Okay, so let's move on to next statement, which is if then else if statement. So this is as same as nested if. So let's try to put nested if here. Okay, we are going to put nested if first, then we will deal with if then else if statement. So what is the condition here? Okay, so condition would be hmm, yeah, condition is here now. First is if expenses greater than 4,000, then oops, if profit is greater than 4,000, then the answer should be super profit. Okay, now I have categorized profit into two parts. If the profit will exceed the $4,000, then the I want super profit here. Or if the profit would be less than or equal to 4,000, then I want normal profit. Okay, otherwise I want loss. Okay, 0 2 0 2, yeah, this is the true condition. So if the profit will exceed then 4,000, then I want super profit here. If the profit is between 0 to $4,000, then the answer would be normal profit, or else I want the answer loss. So let's try to put nested if logical test. This is if this greater than $4,000, then what do you want? Super profit. Profit. Okay, then what do you want in case of false? I want to put other if, that is if this one is greater smaller than greater than 0 equal to 0, then I want normal profit. Otherwise I want loss. Close parentheses. First if is closed, second if is closed, enter. Now answer is normal profit. Now let's try to put 15,000 here. This minus this. Now super profit, change it to $1,000. Loss. Again we have done a mistake. What mistake we have done? We have to again write that statement. If this is greater than equal to this, then what do you want in case of profit? I want income minus expenses, or in case of loss I want expenses minus income. Close parentheses, then enter. So now you can see I have put some 2 if here. So let's try to put 2 if in VBA. Okay, so delete. Now again we are going to put second if here. So this is the nested if then else if. So here, here. Now if income what minus expenses is greater than 4,000, then what do you want? I want A3 value as super profit. Okay, if this would be greater than 4,000, then what do you want? Super profit. Oops. Then, and what do you want in B3? I want B3 value must be income minus expenses. Else if, second if, minus expenses greater than 0, then you, what do you want? I want range A3 value as normal profit. And what do you want here in A3? Again the same thing, paste. Otherwise what do you want? Else copy. I'm again cheating. Copy, paste. So what do you want? Loss. Then here the value must be expenses minus income. Yeah. So after being a long time, we have written the conditions. So try to run this code, delete this, delete, run. Now I have a loss of $3,500 through VBA. So delete this again, put 7,000 here. What should be the answer? Super profit. So run. Oops. Now put this 15,000. Now run this code. Super profit. Oh, I have done spelling mistake. So now see the whole code. So this can be so handy when you are using nested if. Suppose you are putting 4, 6, 7 if, you can use Excel very easily, but in case of VBA this is too complicated. If I would suggest, if you are using if 2 times or 3 times, then you can use else if statement. Otherwise you must use the fourth one, which is select case. Okay, so